This is Pat with Petresca Papers. I'm out in the Bluebird Bungalow, and it is time for December freebies. I know it's not December, but we've got to get going on this. This is going to be what I am calling, what am I calling this? I'm calling this a tag junk journal December daily. Boy, I think that's a bit much. But it is going to be tags for each day of the month. Whether you want to go to Christmas or you want to go to New Year's. Let's see, we want this in front of that. Or if you just want to do 12 days of Christmas. But these are tags, and there will be a video about making tags, giving you some guidance, and there will be some ephemera freebies. This is a little box that you can create. Now, if you've got a box on hand that will fit, that would be great. You are so lucky. I'm not that lucky. So I have created this out of chipboard. And in the next little segment of this video, I'll talk more about supplies. But the size is, so you can go start looking, is 4 by 6. Now it could be a little smaller, it could be a little larger, it could be a little wider, but 4 inches is about optimum because some of the tags may be 3.5 inches, maybe 3 1/4. That will fit in here. And you don't want it too long or you're going to have your tags laying down. All right. So stay tuned for the next part. But first, before I blend into that, thank you for watching. I appreciate you so much. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please, if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell so you'll be notified whenever I'm out in the Bluebird Bungalow creating. If you are one of my loyal subscribers, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it when you come and watch and make comments. It really brightens my day. And every time you interact with me, whether you make a comment, you give me a thumbs up, you watch the whole video, it makes my channel grow, and it gets the content that I upload onto YouTube to many more people that may enjoy it. But I think you'll have some fun watching me do this cute little box. So stay tuned and let's make it. See you in a bit. Okay, let's get started. So this is the box. I don't have the feet or the pull on it, and I haven't put in lining down in there, which is optional. But this is what we are making. And I'm going to show you what tools and materials you'll need. You will need 4 tools. This is very helpful if you've got a gridded cutting mat, self-healing cutting mat. That will be very helpful. If not, you will be making pencil marks using your ruler and putting it on a safe surface. You'll be using that to make your cuts. I'm using a really heavy-duty box cutter. I've got my craft knives. They work, but this will really help. I know that they're readily available, and you probably have one already. And I should have it closed. Yes, I should, so I don't cut myself. A pencil is good. I am using both my art glitter glue and a glue stick. I have rulers, and the best one when you're cutting is to use a metal ruler. So I've got that. I've got some scissors. That's pretty much it, I think, for my tools. Material. Now, you can use repurposed cardboard. This is thicker than a cereal box, and I think its thickness would be good by itself. If you're using cereal boxes, do layer one, maybe two, depending on the thickness, with some glue and press it underneath some books so that it melds together well. What I'm using is some thicker chipboard that I have on hand. And, I don't know how to tell you how thick it is. It's quite thick, though. You can see it doesn't bend easily. And then this is the Freebie, the Christmas music collage sheet that we're going to cover the box with. And I think that is all for materials. No, it's not. I have some cardstock, craft cardstock. You can use white cardstock also. It works just the same. I just have this on hand, and I like the texture of it and the weight of it. So that. And in the freebies on my website, where you'll find this and the tag embellishments or ephemera, they are on my Petresca Papers Facebook group. That will be linked below. This is also there, and this is just a guide. This is not meant to be cut out and be a template. However, you could. And it was an interesting experiment when I printed this. I wanted to see, so does my printer print accurately? And it does, because that's 4 inches and 6 inches that way. Okay, so these are guides, and I'll refer to these as I'm showing you what I've cut. So this is my piece of chipboard. Let's just lay it on here. Yeah, it's 8 by 10. Okay. And then I have pencil marked 2 inches and 2 inches from the other side, or whatever that would be. 2. This is 10. So that would be 8. Oh, come on. 2 inches there, turn it around, do 2 inches there. And then 2 inches in that way. So you end up with 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches border. Okay? These X's mean these are going to be cut out, but we're not going to cut them out initially. We're first going to make our scores. And I know we use a scoreboard a lot, but this is a different kind of scoring. We are going to only cut part way through the chipboard or the cardboard. Okay? So let me get my knife ready. And here you are. I have given myself a brand new blade. And I think I am going to turn this way. All right, so I'm going to put my lines that I want to cut right on one of my solid lines there. I'm going to put down my ruler, and what I'm really looking at are these lines on each side. Now, I am going to do 3 fairly light swipes. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on because I do not want to cut all the way through. Now, if you cut all the way through, there is a fix, or you just start over with a different piece. Now, let me look at that. How is that looking? I think we're good. So then we're going to come over here and do the same thing. Let's do 3 light swipes because we don't want to go all the way through. I am going to keep that where it's at. Turn it, and it did shift a little bit. So I really want it to stay in the right place. Okay, so again, lining up with the lines on the side. I'm going to do 3 swipes. And you know, while we're here, and I probably should have done this. Oh, we got to line it back up. I'm going to go right to this corner, and now this time I do want to cut all the way through. Okay, I'm only going to do that one now, and then we're going to come over here, line that ruler up on both of those solid lines on both sides, and we're going to do 3. And then we are going to make this initial cut to cut this corner out also. Okay. Let's turn this around. Get that pencil line back on there. And I don't like to start there and stop there. I would prefer to start where I know my starting point is and come off of the edge. I don't know if that makes sense, but like start here and put my point right there and then pull, and then that'll just pop out. And we're going to, let's see, let's just put that one down there. And, you know, I'm not a very precise person, but in doing this, you want to be as precise as you possibly can be so that you get a box that's square. I've made a few in this past couple of days, not so precise and not so square. And I'm not going to show to you. No, I'm not. All right, I'm going to put that there. Let's get this corner gone. And could you use scissors? You could, but scissors are not the best tool. But if that's all you've got, make it work. Okay. There we go. I haven't cut you yet. Okay, let's get you cut out. And since I've already cut this, I could feel my blade going right into that groove that I already had made with my light swipes. Does that make sense? So that when I put my knife down, I can feel that I'm, well, come on. Feel it, girl. There we go. And then cut. And this should come right out. Okay. I am not sure why, but I am keeping these. Just because. All right. Now, close the knife. I'm going to fold that up. Fold that up. Fold that up. And fold that up. Now we have the base of our box. Okay. Now, so you can see this is what we have right there. Okay. Let's set this aside for a second, and then we have two. Uh-oh. No. This is wrong. We're going to need to reevaluate this. I need 2 by 4. So wherever 4 is, well, I'll just, there. Yes, because these are in the center. If we were doing 6, we'd be cutting it this way. And that's not what we want. So 2 by 4 inch. Okay. Now, we're going to do some prep to these. But first, let me show you these are construction strips. And the easiest way to do it is if you've got an 8.5 by 11 piece of white cardstock, you're going to either score it or mark it at 1/2 inches. So 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2.5, and then you're going to come back and you'll cut inch. So what that means is that you will have your score already for your middles, so that when you cut your strip, this is what you'll have. Okay, you'll have your 1 inch strip with the score down the center. Now, before you fold it, well, you can fold it, but I went through and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's 16 2-inch construction pieces. So you're going to come back in and cut this at 2 inches until you have 16 of them. 16 2-inches. Then you're going to need 2 4-inch and 2 6-inch. Okay, so 2 6-inch, 2 4-inch, and 16 2-inch. Now, one other thing you're going to do to prep these is you are going to have the folded sides before, the unfolded side before you, the fold away from you, and cut just a small angle. Okay, just like that. You're going to do that with all the pieces, all the 2 inches, the 4-inch, and the 6-inch. Just like that. And I did distress my folds. It's a preference, but it also will help you to see when I'm placing them on the box. All right, so that's all ready, and let's start. Let's take, we're going to need 4 for each piece. 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And I'm going to use art glitter glue, and I'm only placing glue on one and I did that on my distressed side. I really wanted to do the other. I will do that. But you're going to place it on that edge, making sure your edges meet up. If for some reason you've got a little bit of a tip overhanging like I do, I don't know if you can see that right there. I'm just going to take my scissors and even it out. Okay? So these I am going to turn inside because the inside will show inside the box. Does that make sense? I don't even know what I just said. So I'm going to do another one of these. Place it on that edge. Just like that. It looks like I'm just going to be consistent with just a little titch there. And then I'm going to turn it over. And the same thing on this back side. Just like that. And it is important that you have those folds flush with that edge. That's what you have, is like a letter I. Let's do this. I will speed this one up. And now we need to put the placement lines on this box. So again, we're going to line them up, and we're going to use our ruler, and we're going to make a line all the way from side to side at 2 inches and at 2 inches from there. Since this is 6 inches, we're dividing it into thirds. Okay. Now we are ready to apply our first divider. We're going to work on one side first, and then we'll jump to the other side. So I am going to, no, I think this is what I want to do. I want to lay this down, and by kind of pulling it away and pulling it down, you want to make sure that you are right on that line. You don't want to come over this fold here. because then you'll have a problem. So making sure that you're good and that you're even up here. Something we can do is we can put a ruler. If you've got a ruler that's got a thick edge, it can be your guide to not going past that. Right? Let's get this one on. Okay. I don't want it past that. And I want to make sure I can still fold and I'm good. I'm going to burnish these down. A bone folder would be a helpful tool there. All right, we are ready to bring the two sides together. So we are going to put glue on all 4 of these tabs we've made. So we need to work fairly quickly since this is art glitter glue. You could use other glue, knowing that you may need to do some bracing or clipping. And we may need some yet on this, and I think this is where we are going to come up with that. All right. So I'm working this way. I'm putting it down. I can see that I'm on those lines. You can see the lines there. That one needs to be adjusted a little. And I'm going to grab, I've got some clothespins. First I want to burnish it as good as I can with my fingers. Clothespin goes in. I find the clothespins work well because they just fit right in. Now you can see over here I've pulled away a little bit, so I'm going to just put a little bit of glue right down in there, and what I found to be helpful is a piece of tape. So I am going to pull these off. And I'm going to touch these edges of the tape because I don't want to, I mean, we're going to cover this with paper, so it really doesn't matter. But I want to, and I can see a little glue in there too. All right, so I'm going to pull on that, put it on that side, and then pull together just like that. And it's misshapening the box slightly, but that's just giving me a nice tight bond. All right, now next, well, that's drying, we're just going to ignore it. This is going to come up, and we need 2 for each corner. Actually, we need 4 for each corner because we're going to put some inside. So there's 4 and 4. And I think that's how we come up with 16, because we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So I've got a few extra. All right. Okay, so now let's do the outside first to give our box its shape.
Pull this up. Pull it in. And put clothespin on one of them. I can't get 2. Okay. Got that. The other corner. And this is where you start seeing how precise you were. And I'm looking at this one corner, and I do see I'm just little bit taller, but I think if I push them together a little more, like that, I may be able to correct that. If not, we've got some washi tape we're going to put on these edges that will disguise that. Okay, let's get a clothespin there. Do you want to do this one? Same thing. Oh, and the inside. Oh, of course it falls face down. Let's turn this up this way. Those two together nicely. Put there. And the last corner one on the outside, and then we'll do the insides. Like that. Nicely together. I'm going to borrow you from over there. Okay.
And I think that I can remove this now carefully. First time I did it, I really ripped it and I took off a layer of my chipboard. That's looking pretty good, pretty even in there. All right, are you guys dry? I think so. All right, flip it over. Looks like I've got a little bit extra on that corner there. All right, now we need our, oh, we didn't do the inside. Let's do the inside. Now, I did distress that, so I am going to fold that back on itself so that that's what's showing inside is like a little distressed brown edge.
Right. Down in there. Same all around. Okay, now flip it over, and we're going to do the two 6-inch on each side and the 4-inch.
All right, we have a box, and it really is quite strong. All right, now we are going to do edges, and I am using some washi tape, and I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to put some color in it this time. I didn't before, but we're going to put some color. So I want these to be 4-inch pieces. what did I do before? I used my mat. Let's try that. And I'm going to lay it right in the center. And bring it down like that. Now you could, if you wanted to, take a piece of paper 4 inches by 4 inches and glue it on all the way over so that you are totally lined, and then put lining down in there. I'm not going to, because my plan is the stickers will be hiding that. So I think I will use my mat to help me cut these 4-inch pieces. And I need 4 of them, and I've already got 1, so I'll do 3 more. You know how washi tape doesn't always come off nicely. It won't matter. So I'm going to put this one on that ends. Now wait a minute. Did you get shorted? Yes. We got 3-inch pieces. Oh my goodness. Fine. We'll cut some more. I don't know how to count. No, I don't. All right. 4, not 3. There's 4. You know, what I could do is I could use my knife, couldn't I? Yes, I could. Since this is a oh yeah, no. Not the best idea. Okay. There. Push it down. There. Push it down. All right, now on this long side, we're going to lay it on top, cut it. Then what we're going to do is again go the halfway. I think we'll stick this down first. Then we're going to cut my hand keeps shaking. Right where the divider is. And this will go in. One will go in. First time I did this, I used a wider tape. And it seems like it was a bit easier. So if you've got, I need to get in there, straighten that out a little. If you've got a wider washi tape, you might want to try that. But this is pretty much that standard washi tape width. Let's do one more. Right there. Cut it. And sometimes we're using washi tape, we feel like we need to put extra glue. I'm not worried about that because we are going to put paper over this. So I'm going to just cut there and cut there. Tuck that down in, just like that. Okay, so now we have a border around the box. All right. Now for our paper. Everything seems to work out just nicely for the 8.5 by 11. So what I'm doing is, first I'm going to fold up one side. Well, actually just come like this, because that's where I want it to be. I want a little of that washi to show. So I'm going to crease along there and lay it down. And I'm going to pull this up. Crease along here. And I can see I'm going to need to trim off just a smidge. Okay, so let's check it again. That's good on that side. We're going to bring this up. Yeah, just the slightest bit. Oh, and so I am so not a straight cutter. I'm going to fold this like that. Fold that like that. You know, we're gonna try. We're gonna try using the knife. So I'm gonna lay this down. So I want that much cut off. I hope that's what I want cut off. If not, that's what's getting cut off. Now, can you use your trimmer? Yes. Doesn't like those edges, but that's okay. These edges are going to be trimmed off anyway. Let's try it. Okay, did you see? Good, 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 good. All right, now bring those down. We want this side to be the same, to just have that little bit. Okay, so it might be easier if we leave it up here, making sure that we're still on our long side, and then crease that, lay it down, come over to this one and pull it up, creasing it. I'm going to come back in here and crease that. Crease this. And I am going to be a little more technical. I am going to measure that, and it should be just 2 inches, because we've got that curving around this box that takes up some of that. So let's can we get that on there straight, Pat? Maybe. Come here. Oh, I don't like that. It'll cut into that edge. Okay. Now, will you do this nicely and not ruin my edge? I think it was because we had such a small piece. All right, it is what it is. Are you ready? One more thing. We are going to cut on the short side. We're going to cut up that fold on all four. I can't see very well. Only up to there. We can always correct this. And then these, I'm going to cut off about half of it. And then I'm also going to give it a slight little angle so that it doesn't show when we fold it. Okay. A few of them are still in there. Nope, they came out. All right. This is glue stick time. So we're going to do the bottom. So this is okay. Here we go. A nice layer of glue stick on this top or bottom. It's the bottom. All right. Now with glue stick, we do have a little bit of move time. So you want to make sure you are getting your edges. See, and I think I'm a little too far that way. There we go. I think that's it. And then I'm going to use my bone folder to burnish and distribute some of that glue stick. I hope I am even. Nope, see, I've come over a little bit. Let's do this. Yeah, you're good on that one. See, I'm missing my edge on there. But I don't want to do this, but I'm going to. It's going to be crooked. Nah, it's not too bad. And it occurs. No, we can distress after. All right. That's down. Now, I'm going to use some scrap paper. And we're doing the long side first. So I'm going to put glue on the tabs that are going to fold behind. Oh. Want a good glue on there. Okay. So then we're going to pull that up. Burnish that down, and then those tabs are going to hide behind the end. And on this side, I can see that I did not get it exact, so I'm going to do a little recovery here, just cutting a little more of that out. Just like that. Okay. And I can't set it. Well, I can. Let's set it down, burnish that in. All right, let's do the other side. Just like that. Glue on the tabs or the flaps and all along that top. Pull it down. Now, you can cut 2-inch strips or a little bit less than 2-inch and glue strips on. Cut your 4x6 bottom and glue that on. This just seemed to work out so perfectly that we could use a whole piece of paper without cutting it up. Now let's just check before we commit. So I've got a nice little edge there, somehow not a nice little edge there. So I'm just going to do the same thing with my very straight cutting. I did cut a little shorter. Okay, not perfect. Don't do what I do. Measure it. Okay. Let's pull that up and around. This will definitely be the back side of my box. That one looks lovely, so that will be the front of my box. All right. Just a hair. There we go. All right, we have a box. Now I will be cutting some liners that are 2 inches by 4 inches and slide those down in there. But I think this is cute to have that on there. Now I am going to pause for just a moment and go get the little legs and knob that I've prepared. I've spray painted, and I'll be right back. Back again, and I have done a couple of things. I have cut my 2-inch by 4-inch paper, and I decided I would put the washi tape on it so it matches. And I'm just going to slide it down there because it's going to be very tight. So I am going to not glue it. It's just going to sit down in there. And I've got my little knobs. They came from Hobby Lobby. The small little drawer pull and then a large one. So for the front, it's going to be this. I need to come up with middle. That can always be a challenge, but this, the ruler from Tim Holtz, the Ideology, it does give you a middle if you line up your 2 numbers on the side. So I'm just eyeballing. There we go. I think that's middle. Middle? Is it middle? Come on. Because this is 2, and that is, I think that's 1 inch right there. Is it? Is that 1 inch? Yes. So middle is there. Yeah. And I'm going to use glue gun. Yes, I am. I'm going to put some in that little center hole and just a little around there. And put it down and push it down. Okay. And on the back side, it's a little easier, I hope. But I'm going to put a little bit of glue again in that hole. Oh, I think I might have gotten a little too much. I'm going to scrape it off onto my little mat here and put that right there. Trying to not have too many glue gun strings. So this time, not as much. The first box I did, I used Fabri-Tac. Oh, I need a new bottle so bad. It just, not exploded, it just grew and grew. I don't know what it is about that glue, but it seems like the older it gets, it just, or the thicker it gets, it just expands like crazy. Okay. We have a box. And look, it doesn't wobble. Is that cool? Unplug my glue gun before I forget, because that's one of the things I forget. And let's put in, oh, the tags are in the house. Okay, I'm going to pause you. I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the tags I have so far. And I think you can see by that angle how cute this little box is. So we'll have tags there, and tags there. And I will be journaling on the back of my tags what's going on that day in December, or what my plans are, or how I'm feeling. So, more about tags on the video about tags. But let me just put that up there. Excuse me. Isn't that cute? All right, you guys. I hope you will create a tag box. All right. I will see you soon on the tag video. Okay, bye.